The judge in the Uncle Nearest case just granted Farm Credit Mid-America's motion, aka a receiver will be placed at the head of the Uncle Nearest company. And I'm not a lawyer, but I read through the judge's order, so let me tell you why he says a receiver is necessary. If you haven't watched my original video on this lawsuit, go watch that first so you have the context. Okay, so the judge gives a few reasons as to why he says that a receiver is necessary. First, he says that during the August 7th hearing that they just had, the judge asked the lawyers for the Uncle Nearest company if the company was solvent, aka, do they have enough money and assets to pay all of their bills? And the lawyers responded by saying the company's solvency is in question and they are experiencing a cash flow problem. And so that, according to the judge, is reason number one why a receiver is a good idea for the company. Next, the judge points to the barrel inventory issue. He says, given that Farm Credit Mid-America's loan is no longer secure, or maybe it never was because the barrels of whiskey they thought were in inventory actually aren't, is another good reason to install a receiver. From there, the judge addresses Uncle Nearest's alleged engagement in fraudulent activity. He notes that although Fawn and Keith Weaver say they had no idea that their CFO was lying to Farm Credit about the inventory, the judge says the fact remains that the CFO was acting on behalf of the Uncle Nearest company. And generally speaking, employers are responsible for the actions of their employees if those actions were done on behalf of the company. And so in essence, does this suck? Yes. Does that matter? No. And then finally, the judge highlights that while the Uncle Nearest team argued that Fawn Weaver is the key driver behind the Uncle Nearest brand and that limiting her involvement would hurt the company, the judge says it's not clear to him that appointing a receiver would do any more brand damage than this lawsuit has already done, particularly in getting this company through the financial issues it's currently going through. The judge also says that he would be open to making an order that allows the Weavers to continue marketing and building the brand. And so for those reasons, the judge says that a receiver is necessary in this case, and he's asking both parties to submit proposals as to who they say the receiver should be. He wants those proposals by August 20th, 2025 at noon.